Good morning, Derek. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Herbie Von Wordy Bop. Good morning, nerds. Pretty much the opening line every morning, right there. That's the opening lineup. Good morning, Paige. Good morning, Pidgey Page. Good morning. Did somebody see a Trent here already? Wow. Good morning. Leonard Watson. Haven't seen my friend Leonard. Nice to see. Good morning, Laura. And Jimmy to the max. Good morning, Mush Love. Sparky. Good morning. It's funny how I have to translate some names now in my head. Anthony Hunt, good morning. Oh, I know, Jenny. They wait at the door. Actually, I think Derek and Bill have made copies of the key. And they take turns. Good morning, Jessie Girl. Good morning. Good morning. And good it shall be. 21 people, 9 likes. Are people forgetting? Sandman, talk to us. What's going on? I went to find you on IG, and the word is your IG page has been blown up again. So what's the story there? I'm not looking for the drama part of it. I'm looking for, are you going to be getting a new page before Wednesday? Or what's our game plan? Should I be looking for a new co-host, or could I still count on you and a new page? Okay, good. I'm glad I understand stuff, but it's just I'm speechless, so I'll stay there. So Sandy, after you get a new page, write to me so I know what it is. Just send me an IG message so I know what it is. Okay? And then we'll take it from there before Wednesday morning. Thank you, Sandy, and thank you for being here this morning and helping me figure that out. I was afraid we were going to need to get a new volunteer or somebody. Love is all there is, bro. Period. No matter how the world conspires. Okay? The robot. Good morning. Mike Barball. Is that right, Paige? Discord can also be used. I don't have Discord. HB, Headbuster here. HB last week wrote to me and he said, "Hey Pops, do you have a Discord?" I said, "No, I used to." And he said, "Well, I can make you one." He goes, I that's one of the things I do for people. And I'm like 50-50. I'll tell you why. If I have a Discord, I feel like I have to use it. You know, there would be no point in having a Discord if I didn't use it. Okay? And having said that, I'm extremely busy. I mean, I'm not making excuses by any means. But if I had it, I would want like a weekly show up time, like everybody will do it Tuesday night at 8 or something like that. Oh, much love been watching Night Court. Night Court's pretty funny. The new Night Court or the old Night Court? The new Night Court or the old Night Court? Thank you, Anthony. You brighten mine. So I'm still considering a Discord where we do like one night a week, and I can commit to that. So HB, stay, if you don't mind, stay on standby on that idea. The old I liked a little bit better. Sparky. The old Night Court I liked a little bit better, even though I've never liked John LaRoquette. Never been a big fan of John LaRoquette. But he's pretty funny on the new one. He actually cracks me up sometimes. And I like the judge. She's cute. The judge is... Oh, and I also like the bailiff. The black lady. She cracks me up. She totally cracks me up. So I guess I do like the new Night Court a little bit, but I don't watch either of them regularly. I watched the old Night Court for a little while. Yeah, Sarah Bear, there's a new one. Yeah, there's a new one, and it has its moments. I watched it when it first came out because I was like, am I going to like this more than the old one? And I didn't. And every once in a while it'll pop across my screen. I don't think I'd watch. Oh, and you know what? The prosecutor's a pretty lady too. Okay, the prosecutor's... I guess I do like the new one. I guess I do. But nobody was like the old judge. Harry something. I love that judge. And Bull, the bailiff. Okay. They're on Sundance right now. Nerds, I've never watched Star Trek. I mean, a couple of episodes when I was a kid, the original, the OG Star Trek with Captain Kirk. But I was never a fan. I was just like, this is not true. They can't beam me up. I want a beamer. If I would watch Star Trek more. Harry Anderson, that's her. Richard Mole, there's the guy. And the new Star Treks I've never watched, not even one. Because if I can't have a beamer me upper, then I'm just jealous every time I see him beam. It's like, forget it. Either we all get to beam or none of us get to beam. Star Wars, I watched the first 3. And how many are there now? 18? 22? How many Star Wars? And it mixed me up when they started going out of sequence. It's like, I can't keep track of the sequence on Star Trek. Okay? Herbie says the only beam he knew was a triple. I had a triple beam. I don't anymore. Now I just have a digital... I have a really nice one in my lab. The only beam I knew was a triple. That was so cool though, to weigh it out. Yeah, you were official. It was way better than the one that held a baggie with an alligator clip hanging down. And if you felt it was out of calibration, you just tweak the arrow. Yeah. Way better than putting your thumb on the scale. Mike, I wasn't a big Star Wars fan after the first 3. Okay, but do you remember the scale with an alligator clip? You talk about being able to put your thumb on the scale. In that case, you just bend the arrow. Okay? So inaccurate. It's not even funny. Well, all you have to do is clip a... What is it they would do to test it? Clip a dollar bill? Wouldn't you clip a dollar bill? And then, I forget, what's a dollar bill supposed to weigh? 1 gram? Something like that. You know, Jesus Christ, Dune was a great book to read. Dune was a great book. Frank Herbert. I read through that when I was a youngster. I was like, gosh, this is a pretty good story. A nickel weighs 1 gram. Wait, somebody's saying 5 grams. Okay? Clip a nickel. Okay, you guys are all doing nickels. I thought it was the dollar. I thought you clipped a dollar. And Donnie's saying the dollar is a G. You know what I should do? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go weigh $1. Give me 1 second. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Wait. Somebody made me a little payment the other day. Sent me something in the mail. And they included 10 crisp, brand new $2 bills. I didn't know we still did $2 bills. $2 bill. Right? Let's see what a $2 bill weighs. Oh my. Oh my. Does a $2 bill weigh more than a $1 bill? Does a $2 bill weigh more than a $1 bill? What do you think? You guys, maybe it weighs 2 grams. Does a 2 weigh more than a 1? Okay, classic, is it better not? Anthony's going 1.2. Does a $2 bill weigh more than a $1 bill? And while we're at it, how about a 20? How much does a $20 bill weigh? Well, let's look. $2 bill, 1 gram. Look at that old scale, Pops. I have a nicer one in my lab. But this one, I won't give up on it because I've pushed that button so many times. Okay, so let's test. Wait a minute, get rid of 2 and put on a 20. Look at that. A 20. Incredibly scientific. Okay, I don't have a 1 in my wallet. Otherwise, I would have tried a 1 as well. Okay. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Anybody think this scale has seen some use? Has this scale gone through it? Okay. Yes. I love that scale. I guess it's paperweight. And I don't know how they get the exact same amount of ink on each one. And I'll be honest with you, look at this. Okay, wait a minute. The $2 bill, this end, they're exactly even. Wait. The cut. Okay. There's a 2, the 20 and the 2 are lined up on one end perfectly. And then when I look at the other end, the 2 is slightly longer. Even. Longer. Is that just because it's crisp and it hasn't been used and sort of shrunk during usage? This is crispy right out of the bank. The 2's a millimeter longer. Maybe it's just usage. Check the width. Width. Oh, wait a minute. Width. Pretty much the same. Pretty much the extra piece is the budget for the NASA space program. What? It's longer, but it's the same width. It's shrunk because there's no gold. No, it's longer. Actually, the 2 is longer. Things that make you go, You want to do a couple more things that make you go, So check this out. Where is it? How many people like... I think that the 2 is slightly longer because it's brand new, and maybe as we circulate it, it'll shrink a little bit. Perhaps. I'm making that up. I'm making it up. I put on my Kindle a book this weekend called Life Hacks. You know how you call something a hack, a life hack? And the first chapter is all about computer hacks, things that you can do with your phone and the computer that are like hacks. You know, like, it's like above my head. But second chapter is hacks concerning food and drink. Give me 5 people that think it would be cool to hear a couple of hacks concerning food and drink. I thought these are almost as good as Rando Factos. This is pretty close to as cool as the Rando Factos. You guys, give me 5 people that want to hear some hacks. Okay? I've seen it. Okay, we have a little bit of interest in it. Let me read you guys a few hackadacadoos. All right? If you have leftover coffee from the morning, use it to make coffee ice cubes, which you can put into your coffee to cool it down without diluting it. Coffee cubes in your ice cubes. Take your leftover, turn it into ice cubes, and then if your coffee's too hot, you drop a coffee cube, and it won't dilute it. That's a pretty good one. How about this one? Run your bacon under cold water before cooking it. Doing so will reduce shrinkage by up to 50%. I've never heard that before. So you've got bacon, you put cold water over before you cook it, pat off the cold water, cook it, and it won't shrink as much. Whoa! How about that one? How about this one? Who likes Oreo cookies and milk? Who likes Oreo cookies and milk? Don't get started with the idea of shrinkage, because you know Jesus Christ is going to go crazy. Okay? You know that Jesus Christ will get completely out of control. Good morning, Two Hawks. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Oreo cookies and milk. Check this hack out. Poke a fork through the creamy part of an Oreo so that you can dip the Oreo in milk without getting your fingers wet. Man, I gotta get a pack of Oreos just to try it. Okay? I gotta get a pack of Oreos just to try that. All right? When making tacos, ready? When making tacos, put cheese on first in the shell. It will melt when you put your meat on and create a protective layer that helps to keep the taco shell from breaking apart. That's the worst part about tacos. I love tacos, but I hate it when my shell splits. But put the cheese in first. Put your meat on, and you're putting the tomatoes and lettuce and what, and you've got a taco seal. That's a good one. To be honest, I already do that. I like my cheese in first. Because if I put the cheese on top, too many times the cheese gets lost in the bite, like you lose some onto the plate. And I want all the cheese. Okay, some of you have already been doing that. Okay, how about this one? Any citrus fruit, like an orange, a clementine, or a grapefruit, becomes easier to peel when you gently press and roll it on the table before peeling. Do a fruit roll. Roll it on the table. It sort of loosens up, I guess, the peel. That's a pretty good one. Here's one. Sandman used to do this. Sandman would get a squirt bottle, an empty squirt bottle, that you would maybe put ketchup or something like that in. And he puts his pancake mix inside of that. And then you just squirt it on the griddle instead of a ladle. Just squirt the amount you want onto the grill. Put pancake mix in an empty ketchup bottle for a clean, no mess experience. Pretty good one. Okay. How about this one? An old CD spindle makes for the perfect bagel holder. How about this one? If you peel a banana from the bottom, wait a minute, this can't be true. Wait a minute. One of the worst parts about peeling a banana is having to peel off the stringy things. Remember that? You know the stringy stuff after you peel it? Check it out, my friends. If you peel a banana from the bottom, you won't have to pick the little stringy things off. They come off if it's on the bottom, but they won't come off if it's on the top. When making hard-boiled eggs, throw 1 teaspoon of baking soda into the water. The shell will come off without a problem once the egg is cooked. That has been my biggest problem with eggs. I have the hardest time getting the whole shell off and having a nice egg. I have the hard, and I always, okay, start with this, do it. I've looked up recipes how to do it. And now I'm hearing throw 1 teaspoon of baking soda into the water. I'm gonna do it today. I'll give you guys a report tomorrow if it works. Okay? I always start with cold water. Oh wait till the water is boiling, then put the egg in. Get an egg timer. I've come up with 100 different things, and every time the shell still comes off and half the egg comes with it. It doesn't taste as good. Why is it that a hard-boiled egg tastes better when it's complete? So it's an alkaline water, nerdy. Huh. Insert a drinking straw into a ketchup bottle to make it flow out faster. Tally says put the egg in vinegar overnight. Okay. How about wrap a soft tortilla around a crunchy one. It'll hold everything much better, and you can even put beans and cheese between the soft and the hard shell for the ultimate taco experience. I feel like I'm going to Taco Bell right now. I'm heading to Taco Bell in my kitchen. You make a 2-layer taco. I love that idea. I've never thought I'd make tacos all the time. I love it. I like that. Reheat leftover pizza on a frying pan. It'll keep the crust from getting soft. I usually put it on a cookie sheet in the oven at like 425. And then I like a crispy taco, a crispy, thin crust pizza. Matter of fact, Friday evening I was craving pizza. So I looked up online, pizza place near me, and I went and got a thin crust pizza. Now, you're taking your life into your own hands because you don't know if the pizza's going to be good, some rando pizza place. I'll tell you what, I'm going back. I'm going back. The pizza was delicious, and the guy was cool. I go in and I order, and he goes, okay, it'll be between 15 and 18 minutes that it'll be ready. Well, I had Ruffy with me in the car. And Ruffy doesn't like it if I leave him alone in the car. He barks. He's like, come back. So I told him I'll wait out in the car for, and then I'll come in. But I have my dog out in the car. He goes, yeah, no problem. And and I had set a timer on my phone for 18 minutes. I'll go back inside the store in 18 minutes and maybe my pizza will be ready. And just as the timer on my phone's going off, all of a sudden the guy is standing at my car door with the box of pizza. I was like, this is really kind of you, thank you. He goes, yeah, no problem. He delivered it to my car. I was like, that one teeny little extra step makes me a client. I gotta go back to Marky's Pizza. Not only did it, if it tastes good, which it did. So Marky, next time I go in there, I'm gonna tell you, you scored. No, I didn't. Well, I tipped him when I paid for it, Herbie. I tipped him with the change and an extra $1 in their little tip cup. So yeah, but I didn't tip him for bringing it to the car. Okay. Let's see. Never heard this one before. Well, I've never heard this one before. You guys want to see some unspoken restaurant language? Oh, I have to memorize this. Unspoken restaurant language. What are you talking about, Pops? Okay. I'll do it this way. If you put your silverware on the plate like that, it means it was excellent. If you put it on like this, it means pause. If you put it on like this, it means I'm finished. If you put it on like this, it means I'd like a second plate. And if you put it on like this, it means I didn't like it. How many people have ever done this before? How many people have ever done unspoken restaurant language? Okay? I've never heard that before in my life. how I arrange my knife and fork. Do you think the waitress knows the language? I've never had that one before. No. It's cool. I like it. I'm going to bring this in with me next time I go to a restaurant, and I'm going to arrange based off of whatever, and then I'm going to ask the waitress, so do you know what I'm telling you? Do you see the sign language? And then I'll bring this out and show her. Headbuster's going, whatever happened to just telling them what you think? Okay? Streety's like, oh, I don't know about that. Okay, let me give you give me 5 people that are liking these food hacks. Is this interesting to you guys? Food hacks. This is pretty neat. I ran across this book and put it on my Kindle. I said, I think the kids are gonna like this. This is like rando facto food hacko. Okay? How about this one? When it comes to staying awake, okay, apples are actually more powerful than caffeine. Excuse me? I'm feeling awfully sleepy. Can I get a cup of... No, never mind. Can I get an apple? What? Never heard that one before. Apple. What, does an apple have caffeine in it? No. What would be the active ingredient? Crazy. You have an avocado that's not ripe? You know how sometimes you get an avocado, it's too hard, and you have to wait for it to ripen 3 or 4 days, and every day you go squeeze it, is it ready for me today? I love avocados. Love an avocado. You ready for this one? You can ripen your avocado more quickly by placing them in a brown bag with bananas for 24 hours. A lunch bag and a banana. Drop the old avi in there and it'll ripen. That is crazy. When you want to put a 2-liter bottle of soda away to storage, you have an extra 2-liter bottle, shake it up a little bit first. It will stay fizzy for weeks. If it doesn't explode. Let's go back to the Oreos. I thought I got a pack of Oreos now. Let's go back to the Oreos. Ready? Soak Oreos in half and half. You know that milk, thick milk? Soak it in half and half and lay them on a wax paper in the freezer. In an hour, each one will be a delicious mini ice cream sandwich. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Okay? That sounds amazing. I've made my own ice cream sandwich. I want one right now. Ketchup. Wow, this is weird. Mike, I'm trying it. I'm going for it. I'm not kidding you. I got wax paper. All I need is a little thing of half and half. Just get the small one and a bag of Oreos. It would probably work too with milk, no problem, Joe D's, but if you do the half and half, it's creamier. Right? Streety's my birthstone is an Oreo. Right? Okay. Let's do this one. Ketchup can be used to clean copper pots and pans. The acid in ketchup removes the tarnish and it makes copper shine. I wish I knew that when I was in the Marines. They used to make you shine stuff all the time. Can you imagine going, sir, can I get a bottle of ketchup? Can I get a bottle of ketchup? I'd like to clean the copper handrails. What? So you don't need Brasso. We use Brasso, right? You don't need to use Brasso. Just get a bottle of ketchup. This is a dumb one. Okay, this is a dumb one. Do you hate it when your Hot Pockets explode in the microwave? First of all, I've eaten one Hot Pocket in my life. Excuse me. One, threw the rest of the box out. I don't like Hot Pockets. But if you're a Hot Pocketer guy, and you explode them in your microwave, you know how this is the dumbest hack in the book. First, stab it with the fork before you put it in. I mean, kind of duh. Okay, Streety, if you don't burn your tongue, you don't really have a Hot Pocket. Okay. This thing's full of banana facts. Let's do another banana fact. Wrap the stem. Wrap the lava pocket. I wouldn't know. Hot Pockets left my orbit years ago. Wrap the stems. Jesus is like, well, I've heard they have Hot Pockets in prison. You didn't hear it. You ate them. Okay. Oh. Wrap the stems of your bananas in plastic wrap to prevent them from browning so quickly. So you basically put a condom on it. Put a condom, just the tip. Take it easy out there. You got an extra condom or two around. Just right, tip only, okay? God. Oh, God. Oh, I've been hacking all morning here, okay? Good morning, Pacers. Cottage cheese and sour cream will last twice as long if you turn the container upside down. This forms a vacuum seal and it prevents bacteria from getting in. I didn't know that. I have both in my refrigerator. I've never turned them upside down. Boop, just turn it up. And then it goes down and it settles on the lid. And less vacuum. I mean less bacteria. I love cottage cheese. That's crazy. I think most of us know this one. To tell if an egg is fully cooked or raw, just spin it. If it's still raw, if the egg wobbles, it's still raw. If it spins easily, it's fully cooked. Yeah, we all heard that one before. Okay? Oh, wait for this hackadackadoo. You ready for this hackadackadoo? I'll have to make a confession though. Tired of your takeout food getting cold by the time you get home? Put it in your passenger seat and turn on the seat warmer. So I would turn on my seat warmer as I'm ordering the food at the microphone, right? And then by the time you get the food, it's already warm. But I swore off fast food about, it's been months since I've done a roadie. My sisters call them roadies, where you're driving down the road and you pull into a fast food. Roadies are, usually the food isn't that great, and usually it's just not healthy. I'd rather cook for myself than do a roadie. But I give it an extra hack. Turn your seat warmer on while you're ordering the food. That's actually pretty smart. Oh, lemon techers. Anybody out there done lemon tech before? And you've used a real lemon? And you squeeze lemon juice? Yeah, Headbuster, they're called warm buns. Lemon techers. You ready? Microwaving lemons and other fruits for 15 seconds can double the amount of juice you get from them. What? So I get twice as much lemonade from pushing a microwave for 15 seconds? Nice! Turn your spoon upside down when pouring milk into a bowl of cereal to prevent splashing. Did your soda get shaken up? You know, you drop the soda and it's all shook up and I gotta wait for an hour and a half before I open it or it's gonna be a soda bomb. Do this. Tap the sides of the bottle, not the top, to prevent bubble buildup and soda explosion. Ooh. Oh, delicioso. Wait for this. You guys ready for deliciousness? Mike, it says don't do the top, it says do the side. Cauliflower dipped in barbecue sauce tastes almost the same as chicken nuggets, and it's way healthier. I have to try it. Cauliflower dipped in barbecue sauce. No, I don't want a chicken McNugget. Just give me some cauliflower. Give me a floret of cauliflower. Oh, God, that actually sounds good. Oh, Captain Obvious is like, yeah, nothing compares to a chicken. That sounds good. Use frozen grapes to cool down wine without having to water it down. Put 3 different Kool-Aid ice cubes in a cup. Add Sprite and a shot of vodka. The flavor of the drink will change as the ice melts. Duh. Microwave your pizza with a small amount of water in a glass to keep the crust from getting chewy. Okay. Okay. Popcorn actually pops better when it's stored in cold places like the refrigerator. I have never put a bag of popcorn in the refrigerator in my life. It sits in my pantry. I'll have a bag of popcorn. I used to use it for grain spawn. But it'll pop better if you store it in the refrigerator. Interesting. Tired of jelly soaking through your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Spread the peanut butter on both sides of the sandwich and put jelly in the middle. I haven't had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in a generation. I want one right now. I want one right this second. You know what I like? Peanut butter and butter. Lather some butter on one slice and peanut butter on the other. I've never tried the double peanut butter jelly sandwich. It just sounds like a good idea, though. Okay. Did your tortilla chips get a little stale? Toss them in the oven for 10 minutes at 375 degrees, and they'll come out just like new. An empty Pringle can makes a perfect container for your raw spaghetti. Why can't I just leave it in the spaghetti box? Why do I have to put it in a Pringle can? I just leave it in the original box. I'm confused. Makes sense, though. Ooh, here's a good hack. You ever had an ice cream cone and you're eating it slowly, you're really enjoying it? Oh, this is the best. Especially a sugar cone, you know, the triangular shaped one. Okay. It gets stale when it gets opened. Okay, so I should go Pringle can it? Okay. You guys are like, Pops, you don't understand the wisdom of that hack. Okay, you get a leaky cone. You're eating your ice cream cone and it starts to leak out the bottom. Your hands are getting all ice creamy and you're like, darn it, I should have eaten this faster. Guess what you should do? Put sprinkles in the bottom of the ice cream cone to prevent leaks. That's a good one. That's almost like the cheese in the bottom of the taco trick. Final one I'm going to end up with today. These hackos are pretty good, though, you guys. Rando hackos. It's called a sprinkle plug, Billy. Don't talk about plugs when Jesus Christ is here. Please, please. You guys already know the things that are going to set him off. Please. You guys know there are certain words that are going to set JC off. Okay? Okay, he's supposed to be on a timeout anyways. Okay. Need to cook a whole bunch of hot dogs at once? Toss them in a crock pot. I've never had a crock potted hot dog in my whole hot dog career. I've never. In my whole hot dog career. Okay? Final one for today. Do you ever have a bag of potatoes that you haven't, that you don't get to soon enough? And you start looking at the bag of potatoes. You go to get one out and it's already starting to grow the little buds on it. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, oh man. Now you gotta go pick off the buds. According to this one, to keep potatoes from budding, toss an apple in the bag. How does the apple in the bag help? What's the apple doing in there? I wonder why that works. What the heck is an apple? Is the apple eating the eyes, or? I don't get it. One more. I gotta do one more. Because this happened to me the other day. I was making my tacos, I think it was last Tuesday, and I'm chopping up my onions. I like to chop my own onions because I know they're fresh and they're good and stronger. Oh my God, I'm chopping up an onion. Oh my God, I'm crying. Oh, weeping. You get tears when you're chopping up an onion. You want to stop crying when chopping onions? Just chew gum. I've heard chew bread or something like that before, but gum? I ain't crying now. I like these. I'm supposed to stop and go read something else, but I'm digging these hackos. I'm reading them with you for the first time. Okay? I'm reading them with you guys for the first time. Want to make a drink cold really fast? Wrap it in a wet paper towel and put it in the freezer for 2 to 3 minutes. Boom! Gotta try that with a beer someday. Huh. Wrap it in a paper towel and put it in the freezer for 2 minutes. A wet paper towel. And put it in the freezer for 2 minutes. Give me 5 people that want to hear more hackos this week. We'll do some more hackos this week. They won't all be food, but the food ones are pretty good ones. They have different categories of hackos. Give me 5 people that say, Pops, can we hack some more this week? I think hacking sounds pretty cool. I mean, some of them I think I've heard, some make sense, but some of these are like, brilliant! What a silly way to start our day. Hacking it up. I ran across this book and I downloaded it to my Kindle and I said, this is pretty neat. Yeah, this is pretty neat. I like this. My favorite so far is that hard-boiled egg. Man, if I could get a hard-boiled egg where I actually get the whole egg after I shell it, man, I'll be happy. Let's end today talking very briefly about vulnerability. Vulnerability. I'm in Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown. Boy, I like reading this book. She covers so many different things in psychology and emotional study and stuff like that. And the way she puts it together is just brilliant. She's been studying and writing on these topics for 20 years. And the old pups would refuse to be vulnerable. Vulnerability I saw as a weakness. And I didn't want anybody to be able to take advantage of me. So you become an egg yourself. You're hard boiled have a hard shell on the outside, but you're a little bit softer on the inside. But only the rare few are going to get through to the soft area. That's not me anymore. And I account a lot of that to microdosing and new firing synapses, neuroplasticity, vulnerability. The quote is, vulnerability is not a weakness. It's our greatest measure of courage. What do you think about that? Reframed, it's not a weakness. It's our greatest measure of courage. Wanting to be a warrior. I guess warriors are okay. It's okay to be vulnerable if you're a warrior. Warriors have a great deal of courage. Angels agrees. Vulnerability is the emotion that we experience during times of uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. It first emerged in my dissertation research, and it has been validated by every study I've done. Through our research and training, we've asked tens of thousands of people to give us examples of vulnerability from their own lives. Here's a few of the answers that directly pierce the emotion of vulnerability. The first date after my divorce. You'd be feeling pretty vulnerable, wouldn't you? Talking about race. Trying to get pregnant after my second miscarriage. Talking about my feelings. That was the one where I was always not telling you my feelings. Starting my own business. Watching my child leave for college or to a new home. I had that one recently. Remembering that leaders don't have all the answers, but ask important questions. I hate the guy that thinks he has all the answers. I'd rather ask somebody and hear them say, I don't know, but I'll get back to you, than go into the know-it-all situation. Apologizing to a colleague about how I spoke to him in a meeting. I would say apologizing to my spouse. Apologizing to my kid for how I treated him or her. Sending my son or daughter to orchestra practice, knowing how badly they want to make first chair, and knowing that there's barely a chance they're even going to make it into the orchestra at all. Poor little rugrat. You can't play worth a darn. But I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to watch you go struggle. Vulnerability. Waiting for the doctor to call back. I'm so vulnerable in that area, I don't even go to the doctor to wait for the call back. I don't want to know. The easiest way to not know is don't go at all. I made a commitment to one of my sisters. I'm going to be spending Thanksgiving with her and her family. And she's been on my butt for a couple of years now. You got to go to the doctor and get a full physical workup. You got to go do it. You got to get a prostate thing. You got to check everything out. And I've known this for a few years, and I could go to the VA and it wouldn't cost me a dime. But I won't go. I haven't gone. I won't go. I've been avoiding it. Major avoid. And then she made me promise to her, give her my word, and I have to be impeccable. She reminded me of that when I get back after Thanksgiving from this family visit, that I'm going to go to the VA and do a full workup. And I'm already scared. I've been avoiding this for years. I don't want to know. It's going to take a lot of courage on my part. I got to go. What it is what it's going to be. But that one's hitting home for me. I don't want to find out something. I was telling Miss Rose, she visited me last weekend. And I told her that. I said, I made a commitment to Sis. She goes, why'd you do that? Because it'd be better just to not know. I'm like, I gotta be courageous. Vulnerability. Giving and getting feedback. You guys, I'm nervous about it. There are certain parts of me that don't feel good. Right, Joe? Kimberly, ignorance is bliss. I've been blissing. But knowledge is power. Yeah, it's funny that I just broke down and told you guys that today. Vulnerability. Getting back up to bat after striking out. Getting back on the horse. I never have a problem with that. But I have a problem going to the doctor. I'm nervous thinking about it. I don't want to, I won't talk about it again until I get back. And now I have a whole accountability group. Hey, Pops, did you go to the stairs? Did you do? I've already made up my mind. If there's cancer, I'm not doing chemotherapy. Really? That's your attitude before you even go? Yeah, I'm just going to do fruit drinks and stuff. While these are uncomfortable and difficult experiences, there's no evidence that they're indicators of weakness. In fact, that's one of the biggest myths of vulnerability. We've found that across cultures, most of us were raised to believe that being vulnerable is being weak. This sets up an unresolvable tension for most of us because we were also raised to be brave. There is no courage without vulnerability. I'm talking to myself this morning. I hope some of you are hearing it for yourselves too, because I'm being vulnerable right now. It took courage for me to admit it. So I gotta do what I gotta do. Courage requires the willingness to lean into uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. Can I say that again? Courage requires the willingness, Pops, to lean into uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. In my most recent research on courage and leadership, the ability to embrace vulnerability emerged as the prerequisite for all leadership behavior. Wow, that's like a Pops. Pops says he's a leader. I profess leadership skills in many areas of my life. And yet I can be a coward. Have been, relative to my medical condition. I guess if I really want to be the leader I profess to be, I need to be courageous in this area. If we can't handle uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure in a way that aligns with our values and our organizational goals, we can't lead. Jeez. Talk about a message I need. In a world where perfectionism, pleasing, and proving are used as armor to protect our egos and our feelings, it takes a lot of courage to show up and be all in when we can't control the outcome. It also takes discipline. I profess I have discipline. Many areas of my life, I'm extremely disciplined. I profess self-awareness. Pops, you're more self-aware today than you've ever been in your whole life. Oh yeah? What's your medical condition? What's your overall health? I don't know. I'm not very self-aware in that area. It takes discipline and self-awareness to understand what to share. Vulnerability is not oversharing. It's sharing with people who have earned the right to hear our stories and our experiences. That's you guys. I'm glad I have a group of pals that I can be vulnerable with. A sister that I can be vulnerable with. You guys have earned the right for me to be vulnerable with you. And I have a great deal of thanks for that. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It's our greatest measure of courage. Give me 5 people that are down with that idea. Just 5. Give me 5 people. Vulnerability is our greatest measure of courage. And if there's areas in your life that you're not being courageous, maybe I'm going to be an example when I get back from Thanksgiving. And let the chips fall where they may. If you're a real leader, Pops, You're going to show vulnerability in all areas, not just the ones that are convenient. Thank you, Summer. I love you guys too. You know, how could I? You don't tell these things to people you don't love, you don't trust, that haven't earned the right to know. So we don't talk about it very much more until I get back. And I'll have plenty of leftover turkey. I'll bring back some leftover turkey. But yeah, I'm scared. Because it just, some areas don't feel right, and I've done nothing but avoid. So, we'll figure it out. And if my being vulnerable causes somebody else to be, it's worth every moment of it. Alrighty? 4 things. Be impeccable with your word, Pops. Don't take things personal. Don't make assumptions, Pops, about what's going to happen and not happen. And if you do go to the doctor, Pops, we know you're going to be doing your best. I mean, better than I've ever done. Those 4 things that I profess here every day, I got to put into action relative to the doctor. See how it works? See how it works? Thank you, Vegas. I know all of you will be. Thank you. So thank you again for being here today. Boy, I got real serious there after the hacks. But it was time. It was appropriate to the message today. Okay? You guys go have a beautiful day. I'm going to scroll you out. Mr. Marmar's in Nersey and HB and Mike Butterball and Herbie Von Werbs and Sue Little and Mush Love Music, that's Sparky, and MVP, good morning, my good man. Captain Pretty Obvious, MVP, Joe D's, Notorious and Herbs and Mr. Marmar's, and Derek Anderson, thank you for being here this morning. Vegas, thank you, sweetie. Classic and Mike Butterball and Sean T. See? We're in the same boat. I love that guy. MVP and Pidgey Page. And Captain Obvious, thank you. And Pidge and Jesus Christ. And Herbs and Mr. Marmars and Kimberly. And Anthony Hunt and Sparky and Jesus Christ in Australia. Don Fike, Cyber Jolie. MVP, Justin Robinson, glad to see you. Jesus and Billy D, Vegas. Jesus and Mike Butterball, Notorious. Trenty the Trenty Trenterson. Laura, have a divine day. Terpstatites. MVP and Billy D, Captain Obvious, Kimberly, the Golden Bolden. Mike Butterball, MVP. Mr. Phillips, Jesus and Billy D. MVP's fighting Joe T's, Danny Toto, MVP Sue Little, and Derek Anderson. Pops, peace, love. Be a courageous, vulnerable warrior today. See you tomorrow. Pops out.